The perpetually online weirdos are big mad at industry legend Yuji Horii for his TGS interview that we talked about earlier this week, and it was insanely based, saying that the Eastern game development process has been stifled by the ideology being pushed by Western developers. In fact, it's just simply easier to adopt the practices that, in their words, who's actually, who's this playing to, who wants this crap. It's easier to just include it and get it out of the way so you don't have to change and censor and mangle your work to begin with. So that's why you're seeing all of this crap carry over from our once great games like Dragon Quest, simply removing the option for a male or female hero and making it type A and type B bodies because there's a couple of freaks on Twitter that might get upset, and because the developers don't want to do it, but the executives think that they're making the world a better place by being gender non-binary. They're having their hands forced. And because Eastern development is way different than it is in the West, there's more respect both up and down the chain of command at these large corporations. Everybody goes along to get along, and, well, that's another discussion. But what we're seeing right now with Yuji Horii being maligned as, a former ally of the Tojo forces some 80 years ago. All right. And a chud for questioning gender ideology being required for Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake. That's hilarious how these freaks would have been going, oh my god, Square Enix, oh my god, Yuji, you're so great for including this. I finally feel seen in a game that I'm never going to buy, never heard of beforehand. And now all of a sudden, that he's one of them chuds, should have known 2 bombs wasn't enough. Like, what the hell? Yuji Horii, the creator, yes, of Dragon Quest, is being maligned as a Nazi and chud for questioning a gender ideology being forced upon Dragon Age 3, a HD 2D remake. During an interview during TGS alongside former Weekly Shonen Jump Editor and Chief Kazuhiko Torishima, Horii was asked about the changes made in the character designs in Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, and specifically why more clothing was added to Jenna Sharp, the female hero in the game. As translated by Value to News, Horii responded, yeah, there were various regulations in place. Apparently, it's not allowed to show too much skin. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Because it kind of looks like a cellophane wrap around her chest and thighs, where it's like, yeah, you can still make out the cleavage and, I don't know, theoretically the hip bone. Like, is that what people were freaking out about? But whatever, like, it's all there and it looks stupid. So yeah, I guess you could kind of see the begrudging inclusion of that stuff, like, I guess, maybe. Yeah, no, it's very much there. He added, I really don't understand that either. There's too much exposure, the age rating goes up. I mean, it won't be able to sell it as an all ages product, but it wasn't really the problem to begin with, because realistically it was a bikini, and I don't think a bikini takes a game from an E10, an MA, and I don't think so. No, when asked about complying with various countries' regulations, Torishima chimed in, under the name of compliance, it's like an absolute god, an evil disguised as good. There's no such thing as content that doesn't make everyone uncomfortable, because beauty and ugliness, good and evil, are different for everyone. There are a few things that absolutely must not be done. As long as you follow those, you're free to do the rest. Next, he stated, there's a religious concept from the West, all super based, especially in America, that influences their approach to sexual education, right? I think that's probably, I might end up being just a victim of the translation by, just their adherence. He says, or it's translated as sex education, but it's more or less sexual definitions. It's all of those freaks that just, depending on the day, is how they want to identify, more or less that's what I think that he's saying. Their approach to compliance is really narrow-minded. When selling manga in America, everything had to be categorized by age groups for Shonen Jump manga. They couldn't be sold unless they were rated for ages 13 and up, because there's a risk of lawsuits. The company also has to get insurance. Doing business with such a ridiculous country is really frustrating. Because of that, Japan gets negatively influenced. Yes, Horii then addressed the removal of the choice between male and female. In Dragon Quest, you used to be able to choose between a male and female main character, but now you can't choose between a man and a woman anymore. We have to label them as type 1 and type 2. I really wonder who's even complaining about this. Exactly, Yuji. Who is complaining about this crap? Like, yeah, maybe it would make sense. Maybe it would make sense for the slime. the flumpy blue dude, basically the Moogle for Dragon Quest, right? Like if you wanted to have type 1 and type 2, like if you wanted to have the big old fat Hershey Kiss slime, or if you wanted to have a more slim model, if you wanted to have a type 1 or type 2, that would make sense. But not for, male and female heroes. That shit's stupid. Everybody knows it's stupid, except for the freaks that are out online having a normal one. Yuji Horii going, Nazi was not on my bingo sheet. Bro, you ain't playing the fucking game. Shut your mouth. Yukio, what in the blue blazes are you on about? How does that make him Hitler? Pretty much welcoming culture war tourists who tend to be holy shit, bro. Like, right there, that's just bingo, right? Instead of engaging with the real problem that's right there, with the ideology from the West permeating and changing the development cycle in the East based on the fringe minority theoretical opinions, like nothing even concrete. It's just you have to do this because the West is flumpy right now. You're just going to chalk that up to culture war. This is something that's stupid leftists and wannabe centrists, which are just people proud not to have any principles. Great stuff. Nice cell phone that you have over there. But you just want to chalk things up that you can't properly debate, that you don't want to reconcile with. Just chalk it up to the culture war. Oh, these are people that just want to see, big booby women. These are people that just are mad that K-Vess, oh, she just looks like a regular woman. Shut your mouths. There's an obvious problem that's going on right there. Like let's just talk about Star Wars Outlaws for a second. K-Vess was supposed to be modeled off of this Humberto Gonzalez. She's a nutcase. She's also a bad bitch. Let's keep it a buck. She was supposed to be scanned in. She is the inspiration for K. This is supposed to be modeled off of her. But in reality, K-Vess is modeled off of generations of inbreeding. A big difference. Ubisoft, again, big shock, lied to you. But no, pointing that out, saying that, yeah, they said that it was supposed to be modeled off of this chick, and that thing looks nothing like that chick. You're lying. Why would you make those changes? Scanning something in, the technology, yeah, it'd be a little bit flumpy. Okay, maybe one of her eyes is a little bit off. You can go ahead and change that if you want. Nobody's saying, we should add an additional 6 inches to her jawline. Nobody's calling for that. And to simply chalk that up as, culture war. Oh, you're just too hypercritical about female beauty, you're an asshole. You're a liar. And to say, these people that just want the legacy of the great Akira Toriyama be upholded, which you probably, I don't know, you got anime avatar, so maybe just, a normie name like that might resonate with you. But, wanting his artwork unmolested by your unpopular opinions, that makes you a tourist, huh? And yeah, of course, all the people that just simply point out this unnecessary crap, yeah, they're just Third Reich sympathizers. Like, what are we doing? You're stupid. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on and on. And these are the people, right? These are the people that are supposed to be Square Enix's target audience. The type of people that, end up ruining people's, let's just call it what it is, guys' gameplay experiences. Because, I've seen this comic do the rounds, and it's like, nothing could be more honest about that. But going back to the NES, Super Nintendo days, I didn't play Final Fantasy VI, but it was actually called Final Fantasy 3 when it first came over. Yeah, I know. I didn't play it on the Super Nintendo. Hell, I haven't played it. First time I played it was about 10 years ago. That's great. Probably my mainline Final Fantasy second favorite, and honestly, the 8th or 9th one I played. I have to really line it up. One point in time, I'll do a proper Final Fantasy series gush video, but my go-to RPG on the Super Nintendo, that was Super Mario Brothers RPG. That was the absolute tits, and I need to get that remake for the Switch. But anyways, then when PlayStation came around, it's like, a lot of people love to play Tomb Raider. Never really one for me. First one that I played to completion was the remake. Was that 2009? That was actually pretty fun. And the series went off a cliff, but that's fine. But kept on waiting for things to get better because you could just visualize, you could use your mind. These are the people that wanted to play these games. I could see if they were actually transferred into real life, what would they end up looking like? And back when Tomb Raider was the shit, when Lara Croft was the mascot for the PlayStation, you were getting Angelina Jolie, which was great casting. I despise every movie that she's in, but great casting for Tomb Raider. If we were to get another Tomb Raider movie, because there was that other one that came out in like 2016 or 2018 or something like that. Nobody remembers that shit. It would be Leslie Jones is Lara Croft, and you best fucking believe that. Or Zendaya. Who knows? It would be something like that, right? Never get pitch perfect casting like that again. From the late 2000s. But no, it's, yeah, every game has a female protagonist. Either looks like Nikocado Avocado or the fucking cave troll. Somebody actually called Galadriel. This would be the only time that I'd want Rings of Power Galadriel to show up and just take care of that shit in like 2 seconds. That'd be fantastic. Back on point. Who actually wants this? People just want fun games, good characters, and hell, yeah, I'll go ahead and throw my culture war side a bone. Yeah, we want attractive characters, okay? Because if you want to go out there and experience the real world in your games, you can go outside and experience the real world. You can see everyday heroes if you want. Go down to public school and applaud your local teachers because they're the real heroes. They're the ones pushing the ideology onto the children that think that this is the way that things should go. That if anybody voicing a disparate opinion, they should be drummed off the internet because Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii's interview questioning forced gender ideology on Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake has been scrubbed from the internet. Well, of course, there are other sources that are out there, you know, just keeping it strong out there. You know, you got Kabrutus, you got several other people posting it out there, but yeah, the original has been taken down. I wonder why. Dragon Quest, yes, creator Yuji Horii's interview at TGS questioning forced gender ideology in Dragon Quest 3 has been scrubbed from the internet. As noted above, the interview was translated by Valued News, who also uploaded it to X. The user has since deleted the video and issued an apology. Valued News wrote, I would like to sincerely apologize for the incorrect English subtitles created for Mr. Kazuhiko Torishima's statement. In the scene where he mentioned Puritan, it was mistakenly translated as sex education. Oh shit, I actually didn't know that. I was right when I said that right there could end up being the translation error. But yeah, no, see, that actually makes sense. This error was due to my mishearing. I deeply apologize for any inconvenience caused to all parties involved. Hey, good for him. Good for him. It doesn't at all change the context of the statement. He's not like saying, yeah, I heard him say that was a bad thing, but in reality he said it was a good thing. That right there just kind of makes it more grammatically flow, makes it make more sense. Not only was Value News' a short clip of the video deleted, but the original upload of the interview to YouTube was privated. Uh-oh. Furthermore, the apology from Valued came in the wake of Yubo and Matsuhiro Koso broadcasting station claiming that Valued News had mistranslated the video. So they're going to go ahead and pile on that one and then get people to take down the video. Okay, in addition, some of the performers' remarks were cut off and quoted as them expressing negative opinions on the particular idea or creed. Yeah, I don't really think so, man. Next, the station wrote, we deeply regret the situation as a result of unintended misunderstanding by the speaker that could undermine the truth and not only the performers themselves, but also the various places involved. And we strongly protest against the actions that led to this situation. See, capitalizing on a weakness, and that's why don't ever apologize. Just simply update the subtitle and move on. Because the statements still stand. You might claim that, oh, they're edited out of context. Now we heard the statements. You can see the facial expressions. Hell, you can go to the video right there itself, and yeah, you can see these guys, you know, laughing back and forth, going, oh, no, nobody wants this shit. Who wants this crap? You don't see any cuts that are right there. All you see is just two old guys remembering things from back in the cut, going, yeah, things were better, you know, back when the West hadn't lost their mind. Doing business with the States, with North America, was so much easier when you didn't have to be such a puritanical zealot. No, the world has changed. It has become more malicious, and as certain aspects of that cult will go ahead and be far more liberated, especially when it comes to mentally deranged men wanting to shake things in front of children. They'll be all well and good for that, but when you actually see shapely feminine women, you want to go ahead and slap a burqa on them like you're a part of Al-Qaeda. Very interesting developments we're seeing right here. But then the one good takeaway from media in 2024 is that we're obviously seeing a course correction. We're obviously seeing the tides shift in one direction, and those freaks, oh yeah, they're definitely being left in the wake. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.